Hi, mine is Mike. I'm currently employed through a company called KBR as Sellafield's Programme and Project Partners Head of Transformation. A long, impressive title in many respects, and it's a great opportunity for me and for Sellafield and for West Cumbria to deliver the major projects portfolio in a joined-up way that has a real lasting impact on Sellafield side, the local economy and West Cumbria as a whole. It's a 20-year project. We're going to spend about £7 billion, and the vast majority of that will be spent in the supply chain in a way that hopefully will have a real transformative effect on West Cumbria. So how did I get here? Wow, so I wanted to be a rock climber when I was younger, and I couldn't, so I took the opportunity while I was working in a factory in Sheffield to think about what on earth do I want to do with my career. And I decided to study geology because I'd enjoyed it, the rocks that I was climbing on so much. I wanted to know more about them. So I went away to college and I studied geology. I met my wife where I was over in Snowdonia, over in North Wales. And the first job I ever got, it was, of all things, working offshore, oil and gas exploration. And I jumped on a flight in a small airport over in Sheffield. And the next thing, 3-4 flights later, I was in deepest, darkest Patagonia down in southern Argentina. And I worked offshore, surveyed for oil and gas, as I say, 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off. That's 42 days of 12-hour shifts back to back. Really hard work. And if you suffer from seasickness, not my idea of fun. Best job in the world when I was back home, 6 weeks off. But I couldn't do that forever. I did it for 3 years. And then I moved into the railway environment, and some of the surveying techniques that I'd used were used on the railways to understand what kind of assets they'd got in the infrastructure, what the rails were, what condition they were in, if they needed replacing. And I did that for maybe another 3 years with a really small company, and we built it up to be a little bit larger, had some really fun times, got to understand how small businesses work. But at this point, I still not got a real plan as to what my career was going to be. I never had. And it was kind of by accident that I got to that point. But I'd got some other colleagues that I'd studied and worked with before that were working at Magnox Wilva. And Wilva was an operating nuclear reactor site over in North Wales. And I took an opportunity over there. And I did that for 3-4 years at first. And very quickly, by the time I was 32 years old, I got promoted onto the Wilva executive management team. So 32 years old, on an operating reactor with £100 million a year of spend on that site, with £2 billion over the life cycle to be able to operate and defuel and decommission that site. It was an amazing experience. And I got approached, did I want to go for a secondment to the Office for Nuclear Regulation, who was a nuclear safety regulator? Because at that point, I guess I'd somehow become an expert in my field of programme delivery and project management. So I moved over to the Office for Nuclear Regulation on a secondment for 2 years. Great opportunity, really enjoyed it, got to understand how we regulate the nuclear industry. And then I moved into another job, and I moved into another job down in London of all places. At this point we were living over in Snowdonia. My wife had a great idea. She said, I'm going to live in Cumbria. It's up to you where you live. I'd like you to come with me, work wherever the heck you want thereafter. So we did. And then after that, I got a great opportunity where Hitachi, the company that you may know over in Japan, they approached me if I wanted to help them do a really technical safety case delivery role for themselves. And I did. I did it for 3 years, maybe 3.5 years. And I got to see even more of the world. I went over to the Far East. I got to understand the Japanese culture, got to see how hard they worked. They were so committed. And maybe then I was starting to realise, well, all I ever done is work hard. And I've been really lucky in my career that by working hard, opportunities have presented themselves. But if I'd have looked forwards, I wouldn't have understood how I was going to get here. But now I look back, I can see it. And after that job in Hitachi, I worked for Rolls-Royce, and Rolls-Royce in nuclear new build, looking at their small modular reactors for potential nuclear new build across the UK. And then I got approached for this job that I'm in now, and I took that, and I've been here 1 year. And I think now I look back, I can see the surveying experience, the project management, the program management, the changing environments, and transforming things. And that's kind of how I've ended up where I am here. So these are uncertain times they're uncertain times for all of us. They're uncertain times for myself. They're uncertain times for yourselves. But opportunities will present themselves. I think a post-COVID-19 environment presents a great opportunity for us to all get involved and rethink what society and how we work and how we work, live and play in these kind of environments like West Cumbria to have a real positive effect. So I think my advice to yourselves would be work hard, grow your network, maybe get yourselves a presence on professional social media like LinkedIn, reach out, make inquiries, but most of all, maybe don't plan things too hard would be my advice. Just work hard and be committed and be honest and be professional. So I'm really looking forward to your future. I'm looking forward to my future. I'm looking forward to all of our future in West Cumbria. And maybe the final thing from me, if you get an opportunity to go and travel and understand work and cultures elsewhere, come back to West Cumbria and bring that knowledge, insight, experience and relationships, and help us make West Cumbria a better place for future generations. So difficult times, you'll get through it, opportunities will exist, and best wishes from me and good luck to you all.